Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome. Nice to have you back. Anyway, so today I'm working on my back brake. I did the Brembos already, so I'm doing the rear Brembos today. So let's go and I'll show you the process. It's, some of the stuff are already done because I started the front, but you'll get to see the process. So I'll just show you the front real quick. Here's the front. These are the guys that were replaced. So anyway, let's go to work and start the process, and I'll walk you through as much as I can. All right guys, after you take out the tires, I'll show you what the next step is. Take it out. Where's my hanger? Now gotta take out the big boy. Take this out too. Caliper comes out. Here we go. Still has a good amount of pad left on there. To take this rotor off, I have to release the handbrake. So, and then I need some screw to go in here. Let me do that. Alright guys, to take this caliper off, because the handbrake is behind it, you need something like this, or maybe a little longer. Two holes here, this one, and where this is, you put the screw in there and then you tighten it, and then this will pop out slowly like that. You just keep tightening it until it completely pops out. It's almost there. Try one now like this. There you go, she's out. There you go. All right guys, so when you're doing the back, if you have a WRX, you have to cut some of this off or bend it back like I did, or you can cut it off right here. I didn't want to cut the whole thing off, so I just bend it back. To take this thing off is just a pain. I wanted to not leave it blank. I have some paint, I have some rust protection paint I'm going to put on it right now, and then we're going to go and put the calipers on. Let's go. Grab the paint. Okay, just let it dry for a little bit, and then you can put the rotor on. Alright guys, to start prepping the rotor, it's fairly easy. So what you need to do, get some brake cleaner. So right here there's like a rubber that's to protect to adjust the brake pads. So what you want to do, take the rubber out of the old one. Old one has a little rubber right here. Just pop this out, put the rubber on the new one. That's it. Now let's put the rotor into the car. By the way guys, because I have the WRX and not the actual STI, so there's a lot of stuff I may have to show you. Let me show you real quick what you need to do. First of all, I have the 5x100 wheel patterns. So the normal STI, the normal STI is 5x114, I believe. So because of the WRX, this pattern, you can't get just regular STI rotors for it. So I ordered these Faction Fab rotors. Those are for, I believe, 04 to 07 rotors that fit in the 2011 to 2014 WRX if you want to do a brake swap. So that is what I'm doing. So this is what I had the original, but I know that this here, although it's metal, fit the brakes exactly. I know on the STI I believe it's aluminum, but the metal is fine because the brake bolts right in here. Let's go and put the rotor on. Also, I forgot, these rotors are double drilled, so they can be 5x100 or 5x114. They are designed for people doing that type of swap. And keep in mind, these are a little bigger. I forgot the specs, they are a little bigger. That's the reason why I had to flush this back. I'm gonna push it back some more, so make sure it doesn't touch. Then have to push it back a little more. All right, let's do that. Here's the mallet. It should go all the way in there. There we go, she's on. Now let's get the caliper ready and prep it for installation. All right guys, I semi-opened the brake. Oh, took it out of the package because I was so excited. Here she is. Big board. So now, all I have to do, I just want to tie this a little more just to make sure nothing comes out of it before I put it on. Should just be easier while it's out. Alright, so basically this is the bleeder. Just gonna tighten it a little so it doesn't, that's enough so it doesn't leak. Okay, it's tight. Now let me go get the hardware for the brake. Alright guys, I gotta also tell you that I lost some of the hardware, some of my hardware, so I had to buy extra hardware. So for example, for the rear of the brake, you need this part number. I don't know if you could see it right here. So this part number is for the bolt, because those are a little longer, and the thread pitch is a little different. So, and how you know, it should have this number on it, number 11, and then make sure you tell them it's for an STI, because it doesn't fit exactly for the original brakes. So I got two brand new bolts from Subaru, and I made sure, because they screw into it, you should be able to easily thread it through, which show you I can. So because I can, I know it's gonna fit properly. Now let's put it in the car. Get the other bolt. Look how beautiful it's going to look. OM goodness. Whoa. Guys, I don't know if you can tell how excited I am. Super excited. Alright, let's go to work. Oh, 17. It's not 16. Alright, 17. Let's tie it down. Okay guys, I bought a torque wrench. Let me see if I actually what the torque specs are, and I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I'm sorry. I put the, you couldn't see it, but I was just gonna show you. So I put the brake line in. Now I'm gonna have to put the brake pads in, but the line is in and looks okay. No leakage so far, but that doesn't mean anything. So now I'm gonna put the brake pads in. So here are the brake pads. I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on there, or special brake pad grease. All right, let's put a little special brake pad grease on there. All right guys, so the pads are not sitting properly, so I'm gonna push the rotor in a little bit more just to see if I can get them to sit flush. Let's try to slide the pads now. I think this one goes to the front. There we go. Slide right in. And this one goes to the back. A little grease on there. Done. Slide the back one. They're both in. Now the slide pins. Lost the slide pin as well, so here's the part number if you need them. And you also need these guys. So this goes in like that. So, and you push it from the back. So put that, and then make sure the brake goes through it. And before you put it in, you put this like that. All right, let's put the next one on. And there's a little hole right here. Make sure that little hole is visible so you could put the holder clip on there. So push your brakes in. All right, here's the little clip. Let me show you. Here's what they look like. All right, let me try to find them in a lot. All right guys, so clips, these two right here are in. This and the brakes are in. So now what I need to do, just make sure nothing is leaking. So far so good. Nothing in here yet. This side is done. Let's go to the next side. All right guys, so this side is pretty much the exact same thing over the other side. You got 14, 14. The brake line is a 12, and there's two more down below. You take this part out first right here, and then this part out second. Alright guys, I put the brake caliper on. These are 48 foot-pound according to the manual, so I just torque them with my torque wrench. Set up the brake pads and get them ready with a little bit of grease in the back, like the last one. Then the rear pad. Put them on. Slide pans. Can't forget the, I think this is called a shim, I'm not sure. Anyway, so the slide pan goes into the caliper and then into the brake pads, and this goes in like that. You put it on. Okay, now the top one goes the same way. Okay, now we're gonna put these little slide pins in. One slide pin in. Alright, two slide pins in. Here they are with the slide pins in. Now I have to do the brake line. Okay. Alright guys, everything is installed. The line is installed. Brakes are in. This is tightened, but I didn't bleed the brakes yet, so I'm gonna go pump the brake, put some pressure on the line, and see if I get any leakage. A little bit and see. All right, let's see what we get. Okay. Look good so far. Let's keep pumping a little bit more and then see if we get anything, what else we need to do. So far, okay. All right guys, so we're bleeding the brake. I made this little concoction. So it's just a water bottle and a hose I bought from Home Depot. And then this is my 7/16. So I put it through the hose and then it fits right into the brake. And then my cousin is in the car, he's pumping. So after a while, he stopped. And then I opened the bleeder. Let me see if you could see the fluid flowing through it. That's good. And see there's a little bubbles in here. That's okay. Okay, go ahead and pump. And then we go through this for a while until we don't see any more bubbles. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Okay, you can take a break. Switch side. All right, so the rear is good. Just gonna tighten up a little bit. Tight the bleeder screw. I'll come back and give it a little bit more tug afterwards. Now we're ready for the front. We'll start from the back to the front, and then you start from the brake caliper that's the furthest away from the master cylinder. Okay, now we're ready. Let's go. Let me go check to make sure there's fluid and it's not going dry. All right, you ready? Go ahead. Now we're bleeding the front of the caliper. Okay. Ooh, see the bubbles. Okay, looks good. Now you can rest. Okay guys, so this side is done. There's no more bubble. Clean up just a little bit. Just check, make sure there's no leakage. All right, let's go the next side. There's a little play in the 7/16, so I'm not using it anymore. I'm just using the 11 millimeters, but I don't have the one with the round edge, so this should do. Okay, back is done. Move up to the front bleeder. Alright, as always, be careful. Brake fluid is very corrosive. So now clean the bleeder, make sure there's no excess on there. Back. Don't want to put the cap yet. I just double check and make sure all my lines looks good, nothing. Let's move on to the front. Alright guys, like I told you, the way you bleed it, you go from the one that's the brake caliper that's the furthest away from the master cylinder, and you go from the inside and out. So you go from the passenger rear, driver rear, passenger front, driver front. So now I did the back. We are in driver front. I'm sorry, passenger front first. And you start in the back. Okay, ready? Go ahead. Good. Okay, now there's no more bubble. You can take out your little bleeder bottle and then start in the front. Just like the other one. Clean up. Alright guys, same thing. Just keep going. Okay, this looks good. Move on to the last bleeder. Okay, ready? Yeah. Go ahead. Leg day is done. Take out the little strap shit. Oh. And you're done. Clean up as always. Okay, now let's double check everything, make sure nothing is leaking, and then we can put the tires back. Also, don't forget to top off your fluid. Alright guys, now all we have to do is put the tires back and then go drive the car and test it, and then usually drive the car for a little bit, you know, a week, 2 weeks, depending how much you drive, and then test everything again, make sure everything is tight, make sure there's no leak, and then that's about it. So I'm gonna time lapse to this, so because I'm almost done. So all right, let's go. Okay, all done. Let's lower the car. All right guys, finally I'm all done. Here's what it looks like from now. I'm gonna go test the brakes later and see how it feels. I may have to readjust again, but this is the front and the rear. That's it. All right guys, so this is all done. Finally all done. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped somebody. Until the next video, I will see you later. Peace out.